Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of Paradise on Earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takahama ni kamuzumarimasu kamurogi kamuromi no mikoshite tsumemi ya kamu izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no himuka no tachihana no odo no ahagi hara ni misogi hara itamo utoki Haraido no okami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare yo. Harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi yo. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshi mese to kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hai tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hai tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hai tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hai tamae. Kam nagara tamachi hai mase. Kam nagara tamachi hai mase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be Meishu-sama. Teaching this evening is entitled Makoto. It's from the Daily Inspirations, page 42. Makoto, the spirit of and integrity, is the one power that can build a new and better world. Though the world is full of worry and hardship, because we have the staff of love to lean upon. Whatever problems and troubles may arise in life, those who choose pure love as their guiding principle will never be afraid. The key to the solution of all problems, whether they concern an individual, a nation, or the world, is Makoto, love. The lack of the administrative ability stems from a lack of love. The blessings is caused by a shortage of love. The absence of morality is due to an absence of love. The deterioration of social order is the result of the deterioration of love. Indeed, the basic cause of all distressing problems is an insufficiency of love. Religion, education, and the arts are only skeletal forms without love at their core. Ah, Makoto, Makoto, I say to all humanity that the key to solving all problems is love and love alone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. This evening, I have this faith experience I would like to share with you. This is from Fernando Pereira de Assis Fonseca. He's from the Lisbon Johrei Center, Portugal. Fernando is 54 years old, and at 18 years of age, he learned through his parents that he was an adopted child, being informed without many details. When he questioned them for having withheld such an important fact from him for so long, he was much criticized and condemned for his reaction. This caused him great confusion, nurturing a strong feeling of inner conflict. Lately, this situation was bothering him a lot. At the same time, he was undergoing a strong financial purification resulting from the challenges posed by the pandemic. In the phase of a mandatory confinement, he spent a few days without receiving and channeling Johrei, which immediately affected his health. He reported his problems to his minister, who told him that the dedication of assisting others is the best way to overcome problems, as at that time, Fernando had more time available. He started giving Johrei assistance to a person who lives close to him, and a few days later, he asked the minister if there were others to give assistance. The minister was surprised by Fernando's initiative and referred him to a man who was bedridden and had requested Johrei assistance in his home. In the beginning, he did not carry out this dedication regularly, but later, he began providing assistance almost daily to these two families. During the same period, he requests the Sorei Saishi, the enshrinement of ancestors, of his adopted parents, as a manifestation of his feeling of gratitude for them. 2 months later, at the national seminar in preparation for the annual ancestor service, his participation was of paramount importance to further expand his understanding and feelings of gratitude for his dear ancestors. In conversation with the minister during the group study, he made the commitment to assist one more person, totaling three. Next to the ancestor service, he expressed to the minister his desire to dedicate to the preparations for the services that would take place on November 1st and 2nd at the Johrei Center. He must say that he was looking forward to it and was extremely happy with the opportunity to serve all the ancestors connected with the participants in general. In his ancestors' prayer form, in addition to a few generations of his family, he added the first and second generations of his ex-wife. This for him represents a great achievement, as they experienced many conflicts, even after their separation. In addition, he started a daily practice of materializing his gratitude through donations. Days after the service, he had a clear understanding of his main question, which had been with him for 36 years. He finally accepted his adoptive parents' decision not to have told him the truth from the beginning, and consequently, he began to feel immense gratitude for everything they did for him. The weight he carried in his soul was purified in a short time. It was and is being an inexplicable feeling for him. At the same time, both his financial situation and his health improved to the point where he didn't need to resort to painkillers. He learned from all this experience that the basic practices of our faith were essential to the completion of these results. He also says that it was not easy in his daily life to have discernment in the most difficult moments. But to achieve this, nothing would have been possible if he had not had the teachings, the guidance he received, and the service he had given. To express his gratitude, Fernando had been making his maximum effort through daily and monthly gratitude donations. He also decided to request the consecrated picture of Meishu-sama to make his home a point of expansion of the light of salvation for the greatest number of people. Since being introduced to our church, he has placed his life at the service of God, having Meishu-sama as his Lord and Savior. To all members, missionaries, and ministers who have been and are part of his journey of rebirth, Fernando expresses his immense gratitude, and to God and Meishu-sama his eternal gratitude. It was from Fernando of Portugal, and another experience I'd like to share this evening is from Xiomara Souza dos Santos. She's from Piedade, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Xiomara's dream was always to be a singer. She's a dancer and she has already taught flamenco. She did musical theater and professional theater, but in music and theater, she had never been able to work. 2019 was a very challenging year for her. She's a lawyer, but she left her career to invest in some ventures that didn't work out. She took a holistic therapist course, but her patients didn't come. In addition, she communicated aggressively, was impatient and intolerant. While she's fun and affectionate, she has always been very authoritative. She used to create confusion with little things and wanted to solve everything her way. Her mood was reflected in the atmosphere in her home, and she experienced constant conflict with her parents. She has a brother who had started to attend our church, and seeing his life prospering every day and his happiness in participating in church activities. In April 2019, Xiomara decided to receive Johrei. She felt great. Even so, she didn't return for more. Her difficulties increased, and she didn't leave her home anymore and walked away from people. 2 months later, while talking to a friend, She told Xiomara how her life had changed after becoming a Johrei member. She said she was very happy in trying to make others happy. That phrase, coupled with the sparkle in her eyes, touched deeply. A few days later, Xiomara returned to the Johrei Center. When receiving Johrei with the minister, she had a strong emotional outbreak. She wept with gratitude. It was for her like coming home after a long period of absence. She was instructed to receive Johrei for 10 consecutive days. In the first week, her suffering subsided and gave way to an immeasurable well being. Her transformation was so significant that she asked the minister how she could channel Johrei to others. She was guided to continue receiving Johrei and enroll in the membership course. She started attending services and was deeply moved by prayers and faith experiences. She changed her behavior towards her parents. She became more grateful for everything they did for her. She treated them more lovingly, trying to make them happy in some way. They soon noticed her changes. They noticed that she was calmer, more alert, more cooperative, and that it was more pleasant to be with her. The atmosphere in her home has changed radically. We were grateful for her transformation and started attending our church. In June 2019, she was blessed to receive the sacred focal point of Hikari, and a month later, her brother also became a Johrei member. She began giving service to reading the teachings at evening services and participating in the church choir. Happiness of singing in her center and at the Guarapiranga Sacred Grounds. After her performance at the Sacred Grounds, her work as a professional singer manifested through the invitation of a member who watched her presentation at the choir. Since then, she has received other invitations to sing at events, which has greatly improved her financial situation. Whenever she makes a donation, it is with deep gratitude. She currently dedicates in different sectors of her center, provides religious assistance, and the basic practice of faith at home. Xiomara is very grateful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for allowing her to be a missionary and bring the powerful divine light to those around her. Thank you very much for attending the service, for listening to these faith experiences. I wish you a very wonderful evening, very wonderful week, and with this concludes our evening service. Thank you very much.